Is your mindset holding you back in estate agency? Today, I'm joined by John Savage, who is an estate agent from Buckinghamshire and also podcast author of Zero BS Estate Agency. John, talk to me about mindset and estate agency and how it can be holding estate agents back. Talk to me.
Right. So mindset, the guts to say no, to every single instruction, because there are instructions out there that are not right. So I've got this thing. Can you tell the truth and get away with it?
Well, it's funny, if you ask, someone said this on one of my I talked about overvaluing and everyone complains about it, but most people do it.
Yeah, completely. And it's like, I think there's a couple of reasons. Maybe the first one is that somebody doesn't know how to tell the truth and get away with it. And the other reason is everyone can talk a good game back at the office, but when they're standing in front of a seller and then they've got to be truthful with that, there are so many different things going through their head. And that could be, do I want to be derogatory towards someone's house? Will I upset them? Maybe. But at the same time I need to keep my office doors open. I have promised my wife the holiday at Christmas. I have done all of that as well. So all of those things will play into what the actual agent then ends up saying and ends up agreeing to a price that the seller is comfortable with, even though it's the wrong thing to do.
But you need the board. If you haven't got the board, you can't sell it.
I don't want the board. I'd rather have a property that I can sell. Selfishly, I'd rather have a property I can sell, but equally, I want to put my seller in complete control of the sale of their home, not me being in control of the sale of their home because I've misguided them.
So what would your message be to any of those most valuers out there that do overvalue? Because it's very easy for you to say that, sat there.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you put your money where your mouth is?
Absolutely. So the offer that I've made Marlow homeowners is, if I don't achieve what I'm telling you I can achieve in terms of price, I'll sell your house for free. And that, by the way, is the best fee. The best fee is a sliding scale, the one which goes down if they're not performing, which goes up, of course, if the agent is performing. That's the best fee. But no agency offers a guarantee. They don't. They just do not offer a guarantee. I suppose the closest we get to a guarantee is those agents that are offering 0-day contracts, which I absolutely love, because if the agent's not performing, it should be able to be handed back without penalty. If an agent is not performing, but they're hiding behind a 20-week contract and 28-day notice period, that's wrong. That is really, really wrong. So for the agent out there, it's like, don't be afraid of the truth. Allow another agent to stumble. Let them take the property on. My advice to a seller would be, don't market the property, don't sign an agency contract, and get them to bring their very best, like 5 top buyers around the next 7 days. And if they don't do it, you know you've been lied to. But every homeowner I've ever said that to, Chris, always markets the property, always signs the long contract, and always doesn't worry about getting the top 5 buyers around within the next 7 days. They don't push that. But that's all right, because some sellers need to go their own path, but my door's always open, right? So.
But you said no one's ever done that. So are you going about it the wrong way?
So no, that's because a seller has the fear of loss. So the fear of loss is.
That's fine, but I don't disagree with the fear of loss. But by you saying that, if it doesn't work, what's the point of saying it? Or
because
you make it feel good.
No, because there's short-term gain and long-term pain.
Okay, but then do you pick them up the second time?
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's where most estate agents go wrong, is that they don't make it easy.
Yeah.
For the person to come back to you because they don't want to look a prat by saying you were right, John. How do you make that easy?
It's as simply as you just said it. Look, my door is always open. Should this not work for you, and I wish you the best, and I hope it does, but should it not work for you, my door's open. By the way, if you need to call me in between, ask me anything, give me a call.
Do they ring you?
No, they don't, because they're embarrassed. Because suddenly they've been on the market for 6 weeks.
Yes, but then how do you turn that into my door's
because
open?
I stay in contact with them.
So what are you ringing them and what are you talking to them about?
Anything and anything. So for example, it could be something about that I found out about them. The little Johnny plays for Marlow United, for example. My boys play football, and then just creating it. So it's not necessarily a estate agency centric. It's more around.
So your reason for calling is probably just everything about their personality and their person.
Yeah, more so than the actual property. And then if they want to talk to me about the property, then I'll have that conversation. But it's more about How are you? How is
Do you think
everything?
you could do that a bit better?
I'm always up for learning, Chris.
I don't know. I mean, by the sounds of it, you're quite forthright in saying you're not going to get that price. Now, most estate agents would go back with a chip on their shoulder saying, well, I'm right and they're wrong.
Mm.
Do you believe your technique of then engaging with them as a human being is your secret weapon? You've told them the truth. You've then got to know them as a human being, whilst matey boy, corporate estate agent and independent, I will just say for the record.
Are treating them as a number. Yeah, absolutely. For me,
yeah, how do you, the crux of it is how do you make them don't feel stupid by coming back to you? And you're saying, I do it by treating them as a human being and being interested in them as a person.
Yeah, because I'm more interested in what they get up to on evening and weekends. Because what the information they want to give me, for example, around the property, and I'm trying to ascertain that information, is more important to me and actually building trust. Because as an estate agent, as if I say I'm an estate agent, I am disliked before I walk through someone's front door. I'm distrusted before I say a word. So how do I take away that persona?
Okay, I mean, that might have worked when you worked in Ladbroke Grove, but is it working for you now? I mean, you've only been in business 4 or 5 months. Is it working?
I wouldn't say it's not working. What I'm coming up against is, where's the brand on the high street? So for example, if I had a bigger brand that was already there pre-existing, again, consumer psychology, it can't that
Okay, but no one walks on the high street. Are you putting stuff out on social media in Marlow groups?
No, I need to do more of that. Yeah.
Because if you think about it, 100% of Marlow homeowners live where?
Marlow. Yeah.
And who's the only people that join Marlow Facebook groups?
Marlow.
People on
Yeah.
Marlow. That's your.
Yeah.
And I think their lesson learned for everyone here is it's all very good having a TikTok channel, but and you can have 30 million views, but it doesn't matter. It's all about you just need Marlow homeowners.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is that, but at the same time, what I've also recognised as well is so where I sit right now, it's just John Savage. It's not a team of people doing X, Y, and Z.
Doesn't matter.
But the point I'm making is that I'm going through today, even though you are right, and I absolutely will take that advice on board, but I'm going just through a logical sequence of events to go, right, I need to do that, and I'm coming on to that.
Are you not guilty of trying to build your personal brand to be the best well-known estate agent in the UK, when in reality you should also be becoming the best known estate agent in Marlow?
There is that.
Because you need the properties to sell.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I'll take that on board.
Final thoughts on this. Mindset in estate agency. What's your final thoughts?
Mindset. If somebody actually wants to build a really good mindset, there's a 5-step process called build. I didn't make this up, somebody else did, but it's phenomenal. B stands for body. It's what you're doing fitness wise. Have you done 10 press ups in a day? You've got the endorphins, dopamine hit. The U stands for you. What's your happy hour? What do you do every day purely for you? Not for your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, or whatever. It could be for them, but what is it that you do? I stands for income. So what have you done today to increase your income tomorrow? L stands for, well, the L in relationships. So again, how are you building relationships? And D is development. For example, you've just said, well, maybe concentrate purely, simply on the Marlow Facebook groups.
Not all, but
yeah. But again, that's development. Yeah. So again, it's like, well, okay, fine. Well, that leads nicely into income. So mindset wise, to stay on the straight and narrow that is my 5-step process that I use.
Thank you for your insight today.
Thanks, Chris.